Good morning, fellow traders. Bob Wood here. It's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Tuesday, October the 13th, 2020. I hope everybody had a great night last night. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice, so please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, let's check and see where we left off the market yesterday. So SPX, big green inside month so far as we're over the upper Bollinger Band on the monthly chart. Weekly chart, we've gotten out of the corrective channel and seen a nice impulsive move up here. And you can see this on the daily chart too. We talked about this last night on the Elliott Wave live stream. Right, it looks like a 1-2 and possibly working on Wave 3. We'll see if it gets any more of a push here today, or if the future's down a little bit here, we might see a Wave 4 pullback, and who knows, we might even fill the gap there before bouncing again. So we'll see where we go from there. Let's take a look at the SPY here this morning. So again, some nice volume came in at the end of the day yesterday, but so far, right, and we had some big volume at the end of the day, but for the most of the day there was pretty much low volume. So it's kind of interesting that that's how they did it yesterday, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at the S&P futures here this morning and see how they're behaving. We also saw a really big volume spike on a down move yesterday in the futures. If you go to the 5-minute chart here, you can see this candle right here was just huge. I mean, it was like 76,000 contracts out of nowhere off of that red candle. So, and we also had like over $3 billion MOC on the sell side. So we are down a little bit here. It's more down 9 points, but it does kind of look like a bull flag going into today. We're between our support and resistance zones. So let's see how that holds up today. Again, if we can push out over the highs of the night, right? I mean, tech is still pretty strong here today, so we definitely want to see how that holds. A couple areas right here, right? We've got this geometric line from last night. We took out the other ones. Let's get this one just kind of stretched out right here. So we're kind of sort of holding that one here today. It's not, doesn't fill me with a whole bunch of confidence, but if that does break down and we lose this pivot level right here, or this turning point level, we might test some of this congestion zone here at the 34.95. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on here today. Let's take a look at the Qs this morning. So they are up, but they're pulling back here. So they showed some strength. We do have an Apple event today. We'll take a look at Apple in a second here. The IWM is down. Downgrades on a lot of the airlines. We got DAL reporting today. But the banks, I mean, JP Morgan did okay. We'll take a look at that in a little bit, but it ended up reversing too, which is kind of interesting. So the IWM is down here this morning. Let's take a look at Apple this morning as they go into their tech event. They had a huge day yesterday, a big trend day on Apple. Nice gap up this morning, but we're kind of testing back in the range right here. So it was looking good here this morning. Now we'll see how it goes. A lot of times we do see a sell the event into the Apple event. Usually they happen a little bit more in the afternoon because they're on California time. So anywhere around 12 and 1 o'clock, a lot of times they start the event. So look, when they start introducing new things, sometimes you see like some big red candles coming off of that. But we'll see how it goes. Anything could happen, obviously, on that today. So let's take a look at Tesla. I believe Tesla, I'm not sure if they had an upgrade this morning. Oh, no, they were announcing price cuts in China, things like that. So they're up a little bit here this morning, so let's see how it holds. Obviously, we want to get over these two overnight pivot, yesterday's high and the overnight pivot level right here to see if it really wants to get going today. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on here. It had kind of a doji day yesterday. Johnson & Johnson with earnings this morning ended up having a miss, and that's one of the big headlines of why the futures might be down is because one of their vaccines had issues, right? So they also had a little bit of issues with earnings right here. I mean, they're down on that. So we kind of have that going on. I think they had a little bit of a beat, and they had earnings, and it's just kind of a mess here this morning. So let's keep an eye on it. It's got a huge range. Probably gonna be a tough one to trade. JP Morgan spiked up and came back down. Now it's up again. So definitely keep an eye on this 104.50 level. 104.50 would. I'm just trying to see if this would give us any sort of gap and go. 104.50. Not really. We might see a reversal on this. 104.50 just kind of puts us in this range right here. Still below the 200-day moving average. So we may see a reversal on JP Morgan today. So definitely something to keep an eye on there going into today. Disney, okay, so they're up yesterday. I mean, apparently the news that they're restructuring and putting a lot of attention on their Disney Plus streaming services could be a good thing for them, right? Because, I mean, one of the big weights on the company right now is that, I mean, their Walt Disney World is, not in business, right? I mean, they're really not getting anybody showing up, so that makes it really tough for business. But so this might be something good for them. So let's see if that squeezes out some shorts. So definitely something to keep an eye on here today. Let's take a look at Beyond. So we got a downgrade here this morning. So apparently, Bernstein didn't like them. Downgrade underperform. Gave a price target of 136 for Beyond Meat. So we got that going on here this morning. And then, of course, the airlines here this morning. American Airlines got a downgrade here today as well. So definitely keep an eye on those levels going into today. And that's all for this morning, guys. We'll catch you guys in the lunchtime market update. And I hope everybody has an awesome trading day today. Stay healthy out there. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.